Let me ask you something. When was the last time you received a notification and immediately checked your phone? Maybe it was a message, a like, a comment, or a DM, and for a second you felt good. But now let me ask you a different question. When was the last time someone genuinely hugged you? Not a quick social hug, I mean a real hug. Maybe from a friend, a family member, or even a stranger when you could get a chance to help them. The kind of hug where for a few seconds you don't need to explain anything. Because here is a strange thing about modern life. Your brain was built for real world hugs, not for heart emojis. You can be texting people all day, talking to dozens of people, scrolling through hundreds of faces, and still go to bed feeling strangely alone. Why? Because there may be a biological mismatch happening. We are giving the brain more digital connection than ever while giving the body less of the human connection it was designed to experience. And today I want to show you exactly what's happening inside your brain and nervous system when you replace human worth with digital pixels. Welcome, I'm Adil Jivani, a psychologist, emotional intelligence master coach and trainer. I work with individuals through one-on-one confidential sessions and with the groups through workshops in person in Abu Dhabi and online worldwide. This channel, Tranquility Pursuit Coaching, is built on one belief, that real performance in life and work starts with a strong mental and emotional foundation, because when that's in place, everything else follows. Think about the last time your phone was buzzed and almost automatically your hand reaches for it. You don't even have to think. You look, maybe somebody liked your post, maybe someone replied, maybe there is a new notification, and your brain goes, oh, there is something interesting just happened. And that's where dopamine comes in the picture. Now, dopamine is the chemical being released in the body, often called the pleasure chemical, but that's an oversimplification. Dopamine is heavily involved in motivation, reward learning, anticipation, and wanting. And your phone is extremely good at triggering that system, because you never quite know what the next notification will bring. Maybe it's important, maybe it's exciting, maybe it's completely meaningless, but your brain doesn't know that until it checks. So you check again and again and again. And here's the analogy I want you to remember. A notification is like digital bite. It gives your brain a quick taste of reward, but a single bite isn't the same thing as a meal. And this is where the things gets interesting. Imagine you are hungry. Someone gives you a tiny piece of candy. Every 5 minutes you get a little burst of sweetness again and again and again. But eventually your body says, okay, that's fine, but where's the meal? Something similar can happen with the digital connection. But you know what? A like isn't intimacy. A message isn't necessarily emotional safety. A comment isn't a physical presence. And a heart emoji isn't a hug. Digital interaction can absolutely create a genuine connection, but our nervous system doesn't experience every form of connection in exactly the same way, because humans are not just cognitive beings, we are biological beings. Now think about a genuine hug. Something very different happens. There is a physical contact, warmth, pressure, proximity, facial expressions, voice, eye contact, body language, and sometimes just the feeling that someone is here with me. That physical and emotional experience can engage systems involved in oxytocin, which is the body chemical often called as a love hormone or bonding hormone, the stress regulation, the social bonding, and calming effects. In simple language, your body can receive the message, you are safe, you are not alone, You don't have to be on alert right now. And that's why sometimes you don't need advice. You don't need a solution. You don't even need words. You just need someone to sit beside you or hold your hand or hug you. Because your nervous system understands the things that language sometimes cannot communicate. And here is something fascinating. You can receive 100 messages saying, "I'm here for you." But when you're genuinely distressed, there can still be a difference between reading those words and having someone physically sit beside you and say, "I'm here." So important to understand here is, of course, the message which said, "I'm here for you," reaches your mind, but the presence can reach your whole system. Now, I want to make one thing very clear. This does not mean dopamine is bad, or the technology is bad, or that oxytocin is magical love chemical that technology cannot produce. That's not how the brain works. The real issue is substitution. When the digital stimulation becomes our primary source of reward while real-world connection gradually disappears, that's when the mismatch can become a problem. We are satisfying the wanting system without always satisfying the deeper human need for belonging, for safety, and for embodied connection. And this is where modern life gets uncomfortable, because you can be digitally connected and emotionally disconnected at the same time. Let me tell you how. You can have 2,000 followers, 300 contacts, 50 unread messages, and still have nobody you feel safe calling at 2 a.m. So more connection doesn't automatically mean more belonging. And when we constantly substitute real-world interaction with screens, we may lose some of the very important experiences that help regulate us. Conversation, shared laughter, eye contact, touch, movement, being physically present with another human being. Your nervous system notices this loss, and result? Maybe you become more restless, more easily distracted, more dependent on digital stimulation. Maybe silence starts feeling uncomfortable. You pick up your phone without even knowing why. You're waiting for something even when there is nothing to wait for. This is a question for you to reflect. And believe me, it's worth asking yourself, are you using your phone because you actually want connection, or because you are uncomfortable being disconnected? That's a very different question, right? Let me help you understand more. Sometimes we are not scrolling because we are interested. We are scrolling because we are avoiding something like boredom, loneliness, anxiety, emptiness, and even a silence. And the phone becomes a very convenient escape hatch. But here is the problem with constantly escaping the loneliness. You never give yourself the opportunity to discover what kind of connection you actually need. And now we are entering an even more fascinating era. It's 2026. We have virtual reality, AI companions, digital avatars, hyper-realistic environments. Technology can increasingly convince your eyes and ears that you are somewhere else. And now that's extraordinary, right? But here's a question. Can technology fully convince your entire biology? Your eyes might see a person, your ears might hear a person, your brain might temporarily respond as though the interaction is socially meaningful, but your body still has its own language. It knows the difference between seeing an avatar and feeling someone's hand, between hearing a voice through headphones and sitting beside somebody, between receiving a message on the phone saying "I miss you" and actually being held by someone who misses you. Technology can stimulate aspects of human presence, but human connection is not just information. It's an embodied experience, and perhaps That's the biological mismatch of our generation. That is, our technology is moving faster than our biology can adapt. So I'm not going to tell you delete Instagram, throw your phone away, technology is destroying humanity. That's unrealistic. And honestly, that's not the point. The point is balance. Use technology to connect the people, not to replace the people. So here's a simple experiment. Today, before you send another message, make one human connection. Call someone, sit with someone, have a coffee without your phone on the table. Look someone in the eyes, give someone a genuine hug, and notice what happens inside your body. Don't analyze it, just notice. Because perhaps what your nervous system has been asking for wasn't another notification, maybe it was presence. Maybe it wasn't another heart emoji, maybe it was a heartbeat beside yours. And the next time you find yourself endlessly scrolling, pause just for a sec and ask yourself, what am I actually looking for right now? Entertainment, validation, distraction, or connection? Because once you know what you are really looking for, you can definitely give it to your brain and your body the kind of connection they were built to receive. Your phone can connect you to the world, but don't forget to actually be with the people in it. So if this made you think about your own relationship with technology and human connection, don't just scroll away. Send this video to someone you care about and tell me in the comment, when was the last time you had a truly meaningful phone-free conversation with someone? Because sometimes the most powerful notification is the one that comes from a human being sitting right beside you. See you in the next one. Thank you.